Every single day, you stand at a crossroads without even realizing it. It happens at breakfast, lunch, dinner, and during those late night cravings when nobody is watching. In those moments, you are making a choice that is far more powerful than most people understand. You are deciding whether you are feeding life into your body or feeding destruction into it. Food is not just something to satisfy hunger. Food is information. Food is fuel. Food is either helping your body grow stronger or slowly tearing it apart from the inside. Most people never think about this because unhealthy food has been normalized. Bright packaging, addictive flavors, and endless advertisements have convinced millions of people that convenience is more important than health. Companies spend billions of dollars designing foods that trigger cravings, keep you addicted, and make you come back for more. They know exactly how to manipulate taste, sugar levels, salt, and chemicals to keep you trapped in a cycle of consumption. And while they profit, many people lose their energy, confidence, and eventually their health. The scary part is that destruction does not happen overnight. Your body whispers before it screams. At first, it may only feel like low energy. You wake up tired even after sleeping for hours. Your mind feels foggy. Your motivation disappears. You struggle to focus. Your mood changes. Then slowly, the real damage begins to appear. Weight gain, high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, chronic inflammation. These problems don't suddenly appear one morning. They are built meal by meal, habit by habit, year after year. But here is the powerful truth. The opposite is also true. Just as unhealthy food can destroy your body slowly, healthy food can heal your body slowly. Every healthy choice you make is an investment in your future self. Every glass of water instead of soda, every fresh meal instead of processed junk, every disciplined decision is a vote for the person you want to become. Your body has an incredible ability to recover when you begin treating it with respect. The problem is that many people treat their bodies worse than they treat their cars. Think about it. If someone poured dirty fuel into an expensive car every single day, everyone would call that foolish. Yet many people fill their bodies with processed foods, excessive sugar, chemicals, and your artificial ingredients without thinking twice. Then they wonder why they feel exhausted, unmotivated, and unhealthy. Your body is the most valuable thing you will ever own. Without your health, everything else becomes harder. Dreams become harder. Success becomes harder. Happiness becomes harder. You cannot build a powerful life with a weak body. Energy is the foundation of achievement. Confidence grows when you feel strong and healthy. Discipline grows when you learn to control your habits instead of letting your habits control you. Every successful transformation begins with a decision, the decision to stop poisoning yourself and start protecting yourself. And let's be honest, making healthy choices is not always easy. There will be temptations everywhere. Fast food on every corner, sugary snacks in every store, advertisements constantly telling you to treat yourself. But discipline means understanding that every short-term pleasure has a long-term consequence. Real strength is saying no to what weakens you and yes to what strengthens you. You must begin to see food differently. Don't just ask, does this taste good? Ask, what is this doing to my body? Is this helping me become stronger or weaker? Is this bringing me closer to the life I want or further away from it? Those questions can change your entire future because at the end of the day, your health is not an accident. It is the result of daily choices. Small choices repeated over time create either strength or suffering. And the beautiful thing is that no matter where you are right now, you have the power to change. One better meal, one healthier decision, one act of discipline at a time. Your food is either healing you or destroying you. The choice is yours every single day. Sugar is one of the most dangerous addictions in the modern world because it hides behind comfort, pleasure, and convenience. Most people don't even realize how much control it has over their lives. It's in the drinks they consume, the snacks they crave, the desserts they reward themselves with, and even in foods that are marketed as healthy. What makes sugar so dangerous is not just the damage it does to the body, but the way it quietly takes control of the mind. Think about how many people say they cannot function without a sugary drink, candy, or dessert. That is not just a habit, that is dependency. And dependency steals freedom. Every time cravings control your decisions, your discipline becomes weaker. Every time you choose temporary pleasure over long-term health, you are training your mind to surrender instead of fight. The truth is, the battle against sugar is not only physical, it is mental and emotional as well. Sugar gives a quick burst of pleasure, but it always comes with a price. For a few moments, you may feel energized, comforted, or satisfied, but after the rush fades, the crash begins, energy drops, focus disappears, fatigue takes over, mood swings increase. Then the body starts craving more sugar to repeat the cycle again. This is how millions of people become trapped without even realizing it. They spend their lives riding emotional and physical highs and lows, never understanding that the food they consume is controlling how they feel. The frightening reality is that excessive sugar affects nearly every part of the body. It contributes to weight gain, weakens the immune system, damages the skin, increases inflammation, and raises the risk of serious diseases like diabetes and heart disease. But perhaps the greatest damage is what it does to your potential. A tired body cannot perform at its best. A distracted mind cannot think clearly. A person constantly drained of energy cannot fully chase their dreams. Many people want success, confidence, and happiness, but they ignore the role their daily habits play in creating those things. You cannot expect to feel powerful while feeding your body weakness every single day. What you consume eventually becomes what you feel. If you constantly feed yourself substances that destroy your energy, your body will eventually reflect it in your mood, focus, and performance. The hardest part about overcoming sugar addiction is that society celebrates it. Birthdays are built around cake. Stress is comforted with sweets. Achievements are rewarded with desserts. Emotional pain is often buried under unhealthy eating habits. People are taught to use sugar as an emotional escape instead of learning how to confront discomfort with strength and discipline. But real growth begins when you stop running to temporary comfort and start building lasting control over your choices. Discipline is one of the greatest forms of self-respect. When you learn to say no to cravings, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your impulses. You begin to take back control of your life, and every small victory matters. Choosing water instead of soda matters. Choosing fruit instead of candy matters. Cooking a healthy meal instead of buying processed snacks matters. Small decisions repeated daily create massive transformation over time. No one is saying you must become perfect overnight. Change begins with awareness. The moment you recognize that sugar has been controlling your habits, you gain the power to fight back. Every healthy choice becomes an act of freedom. Every disciplined decision strengthens your mind as much as your body. Imagine waking up with real energy instead of depending on sugar to survive the day. Imagine thinking clearly, feeling lighter, moving with confidence, and no longer being controlled by cravings. That version of your life is possible, but it requires sacrifice. Greatness always requires sacrifice. You must be willing to give up what is hurting you in order to become who you were meant to be. At the end of the day, sugar promises comfort, but often delivers weakness. Discipline may feel difficult in the moment, but it creates strength that lasts a lifetime. The question is simple. Will you continue feeding the addiction, or will you finally take back control of your mind, your body, and your future? We live in a world that constantly tells us everything should be fast. Fast success, fast money, fast entertainment, and especially fast food. It is everywhere, glowing signs on every street, advertisements on every screen, meals prepared in minutes and handed through a window. It feels convenient. It feels cheap. It feels satisfying in the moment. But what many people fail to realize is that fast food often creates slow destruction. The danger of fast food is not just the calories or the grease. The real danger is what it teaches people about life. It teaches impatience. It teaches convenience over discipline. It trains people to choose what is easy instead of what is right. And over time, those small decisions shape not only the body, but also the mindset. Fast food is designed to keep you coming back. The flavors are engineered to trigger cravings. The oversized portions trick your brain into wanting more than your body actually needs. The combination of sugar, unhealthy fats, and excessive salt creates a cycle that leaves you temporarily satisfied. UT never truly nourished. Your stomach may feel full, but your body remains starved of real nutrition. That is why so many people feel exhausted even after eating large meals. They consume thousands of calories, but still lack energy, focus, and motivation. Their bodies are overloaded with processed ingredients, but deprived of the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients needed to function properly. The result is a generation of people who are overfed yet undernourished, and the damage builds slowly. One unhealthy meal may not seem dangerous, but repeated habits become lifestyles. Day after day, week after week, the body begins to break down under the pressure of poor nutrition. Weight increases, energy decreases, confidence disappears. Simple tasks become harder. Sleep becomes worse. The body feels heavy, sluggish, and tired. Then come the more serious consequences: high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes, and countless health problems that rob people of years of their lives. But the physical damage is only part of the story. Fast food also affects the mind. When your body constantly feels weak, your motivation suffers. It becomes harder to stay focused, harder to stay positive, and harder to push toward your goals. Many people think they lack discipline or ambition, but sometimes the truth is that their bodies are simply running on the wrong fuel. Imagine trying to drive a high-performance car with contaminated fuel. No matter how powerful the engine is, it will eventually struggle to perform. The same is true for human beings. Your body is your engine. Your mind is connected to your physical health more than you realize. If you continuously feed yourself food that weakens you, you cannot expect to operate at your highest level. The hardest truth to accept is that fast food often steals the future for the sake of temporary comfort. People sacrifice long-term health for short-term convenience. They choose what is easy today without thinking about the pain it may create tomorrow. But successful people understand something important. Discipline always costs less than regret. Cooking healthy meals takes effort. Making better food choices takes planning. Saying no to unhealthy cravings takes mental strength. But those sacrifices are small compared to the cost of poor health. Because once your health begins to fail, everything else in life becomes more difficult. Dreams become harder to chase. Family becomes harder to support. Happiness becomes harder to enjoy. The good news is that every person has the power to change their habits. You do not have to stay trapped in the cycle of convenience and unhealthy choices. Every healthy meal is a step toward reclaiming your energy. Every disciplined decision strengthens not only your body, but also your mindset. When you begin respecting your health, you begin respecting yourself. Real power comes from learning to delay temporary pleasure for long-term success. That applies to money, relationships, goals, and especially health. Fast food may save a few minutes today, but the consequences can steal years from your future. You deserve more than a life of exhaustion and sickness. You deserve strength. You deserve energy. You deserve a body capable of carrying your dreams. but that future is built through daily choices. Greatness is not created by convenience. Greatness is built by discipline, sacrifice, and the courage to choose what truly benefits your life. Most people believe they are fully in control of their eating habits, but the truth is far more disturbing. Many processed foods are fully designed to keep you addicted. They are engineered in laboratories with one goal in mind: to make you crave more, eat more, and buy more. This is not an accident. Companies study human behavior, brain chemistry, and emotional triggers to create products that are almost impossible to resist. And while people think they are simply enjoying a snack, they are often being controlled without even realizing it. Processed foods are everywhere because they are cheap to produce, easy to sell, and highly profitable. Bright packaging, catchy advertisements, and artificial flavors are used to capture attention and manipulate desire. These foods are loaded with excess sugar, unhealthy fats, sodium, preservatives, and chemicals designed to stimulate the brain in unnatural ways. The result is temporary pleasure followed by stronger cravings. The more people consume, the more their bodies and minds begin depending on it. The dangerous part is that processed foods slowly disconnect people from real hunger and real nutrition. Many individuals no longer eat because their bodies need fuel. They eat because of stress, boredom, sadness, loneliness, or habit. Food becomes emotional entertainment. Instead of nourishment, people reach for chips during anxiety, sugary snacks during sadness, and processed meals when they feel too tired to care for themselves. Over time, the cycle becomes automatic. This is how control is lost. When cravings decide your actions, discipline weakens. Every time you say, "I know this is unhealthy, but I'll eat it anyway," you are training your mind to surrender to impulse. And small moments of surrender repeated daily create larger patterns of weakness in other areas of life. Because the truth is, self-control is connected. The same discipline that helps you eat better also helps you stay focused on goals, build healthier habits, manage emotions, and create success. Processed foods often create the illusion of comfort while quietly damaging your body from within. At first, the effects may seem small. You feel sluggish after eating. You struggle with low energy. Your concentration disappears quickly. You start feeling tired more often. But over time, the body begins to show the consequences more clearly. Weight gain increases. Inflammation rises. Sleep quality suffers. Confidence drops. The body becomes weaker while cravings become stronger. What makes this even more dangerous is that society normalizes these habits. Grocery store shelves are packed with highly processed products marketed as convenient, fun, and even healthy. Advertisements target children from a young age, shaping habits before they even understand nutrition. Entire lifestyles are built around convenience instead of wellness. People are taught to value speed and pleasure over long-term health. But freedom begins the moment you become aware of what is happening. Once you understand that many processed foods are designed to control your behavior, you can begin fighting back. You stop being a passive consumer and start becoming an intentional person. You begin reading labels. You start questioning what you put into your body. You become conscious of how certain foods affect your energy, mood, focus, and health. And that awareness leads to power. Real freedom is not being able to eat whatever you want whenever you want. Real freedom is having the strength to choose what truly benefits your life. Anyone can follow cravings. Anyone can chase instant gratification. But it takes discipline to say no to temporary pleasure in order to protect your future. The S. The strongest people are not those who never face temptation. The strongest people are those who refuse to let temptation control them. They understand that every healthy decision is an act of self-respect. Every time they choose real nourishment over processed addiction, they are proving to themselves that they are capable of discipline and growth. You must remember that your body is not a garbage can for corporations to profit from. Your body is your responsibility. Your health affects your energy, your confidence, your relationships, and your future. When you take control of your eating habits, you are doing more than changing your diet. You are reclaiming ownership of your life. Because the moment you master your plate, you begin mastering your mind. And when you master your mind, you become capable of changing your entire future. One of the greatest mistakes people make is believing that unhealthy choices have no consequences simply because the damage cannot be seen immediately. That is the deception of poor health habits. The body does not always react instantly. Instead, it absorbs years of neglect quietly, patiently, and silently. But make no mistake, your body remembers Eve. You're rithing. Every unhealthy meal, every night of poor nutrition, every excessive amount of sugar, processed food, and harmful habit leaves a mark. Your body keeps the score even when your mind chooses to ignore it. At first, the warning signs may seem small. You feel tired more often. You wake up without energy. Your focus begins to disappear. You become easily irritated, stressed, or mentally drained. Maybe you gain a little weight or notice your body no longer feels as strong as it once did. Many people dismiss these signs because they are busy chasing success, handling responsibilities, or simply trying to survive daily life. They tell themselves they will focus on health later, but later becomes too late. The truth is that the human body is incredibly patient, but it is not indestructible. Every unhealthy habit compounds over time. Poor nutrition slowly weakens the heart, damages blood vessels, increases inflammation, and strains vital organs. And because the damage builds gradually, people often fail to recognize how serious it has become until a major health problem appears. A diagnosis, a heart attack, diabetes, chronic fatigue, high blood pressure. Suddenly, years of your small, unhealthy decisions become impossible to ignore. What makes this heartbreaking is that many of these problems could have been reduced, delayed, or prevented through better daily habits. Small decisions matter more than people realize. One unhealthy meal may not destroy your health, but repeated patterns shape your future. In the same way that one workout will not transform your body overnight, one bad habit will not ruin it instantly. But consistency works in both directions. Repeated healthy choices build strength, while repeated unhealthy choices build suffering. Your body is constantly responding to how you treat it. If you nourish it properly, it fights for you. It heals, repairs, strengthens, and protects you. But if you consistently abuse it with unhealthy foods, lack of movement, and neglect, eventually it begins to break down. And when health disappears, life changes completely. Suddenly, things that once seemed simple become difficult. Walking becomes harder. Sleeping becomes harder. Enjoying life becomes harder. Dreams that once felt possible begin to feel distant because poor health steals not only years from your life, but life from your years. Many people chase your wealth while ignoring health, only to spend their later years using their wealth to fight health problems that could have been prevented. That is why taking care of your body is not vanity, it is wisdom. Your health is the foundation that supports every area of your life. Without energy, it is difficult to pursue your goals. Without strength, it becomes harder to care for your family. Without a healthy mind and body, even success can feel empty. But there is also hope in this truth. Just as the body remembers years of neglect, it also responds to years of care. The human body has an incredible ability to recover when given the right support. Healthy food, exercise, hydration, sleep, and discipline can begin transforming your future one day at a time. Every healthy choice becomes a message to your body that says, I value you, I want to protect you, I want to live stronger. And the beautiful thing is that change does not require perfection. You do not need to transform your entire life overnight. What matters is consistency. One better choice today, one healthier meal tomorrow, one act of discipline repeated daily. Over time, those small actions become powerful results. You move. Stop thinking of health as something you will deal with later. Later is not promised. Your future is being shaped right now by the choices you make every day. The body you live in tomorrow is being built by the habits you practice today. Your body keeps the score. It remembers how you treat it. The question is simple. When your future arrives, will your body thank you for the choices you made, or will it suffer because of the choices you ignored? Many people see healthy eating as a restriction, a punishment, or something they are forced to do only after problems appear. They think choosing nutritious food means giving up enjoyment, comfort, or freedom. But the truth is exactly the opposite. Healthy eating is one of the deepest forms of self-respect a person can practice. It is a daily message you send to yourself that says, my life matters, my future matters. I deserve to feel strong, healthy, and alive. The way you treat your body reflects the way you value yourself. When you constantly fill your body with unhealthy food, ignore your health, and neglect your well-being, you slowly teach yourself that your future is not important. But when you choose foods that nourish and strengthen you, you are making a powerful statement. You are choosing growth over destruction, discipline over impulse, and long-term strength over temporary pleasure. Self-respect is not only the way you speak, dress, or present yourself to the world. True self-respect begins with the private decisions nobody sees. It appears in the moments when you choose water instead of another sugary drink. It appears when you prepare a healthy meal instead of relying on fast food. It appears when you resist cravings because you understand your health is more valuable than a few moments of satisfaction. Those quiet decisions may seem small, but they build the foundation of a stronger life. The problem is that many people have been conditioned to disconnect food from purpose. They eat without awareness. They consume whatever is convenient, cheap, or comforting in the moment. Stress becomes an excuse. Busy schedules become an excuse. Emotional pain becomes an excuse. Over time, unhealthy habits become normal, and people stop realizing how much damage they are doing to themselves physically, mentally, and emotionally. But your body is always listening to your choices. Every healthy meal gives your body energy, nutrients, and strength. Every unhealthy habit slowly drains those things away. And eventually, the difference becomes visible not only in appearance, but also in confidence, focus, discipline, and emotional well-being. When you begin eating healthier, something incredible happens beyond physical transformation. Your mindset begins to change. You start feeling more in control of your life. You wake up with more energy. Your thinking becomes clearer. Your confidence grows because discipline creates pride. Every healthy choice becomes proof that you are capable of protecting yourself and building a better future. That is why healthy eating is connected to every area of success. You cannot expect to build an extraordinary life while constantly neglecting the body that carries you through it. Your dreams require energy. Your goals require focus. Your purpose requires strength. And strength is built through the daily choices you make when nobody is watching. Many people spend years investing in careers, businesses, relationships, and possessions while ignoring the one thing they truly cannot replace: their health. But without health, everything else becomes harsh. The best. Money means little if your body is too weak to enjoy life. Success loses meaning if your energy disappears. Achievement feels empty if your health is constantly failing. The strongest people understand that caring for their body is not selfish, it is necessary. It allows them to show up stronger for their family, their goals, and their future. Healthy eating is not about perfection or obsession. It is about respect. Respect for the body you live in. Respect for the life you have been given. Respect for the future you are trying to create. And yes, the journey will not always be easy. There will be cravings, temptations, setbacks, and moments of weakness. But self-respect means continuing to fight for yourself even when it feels difficult. It means refusing to give up on your health simply because change takes time. Every healthy decision is an investment in the person you are becoming. Every disciplined meal is a step toward greater strength. And every act of self-control reminds you that you are worth the effort. Because at the end of the day, healthy eating is not about punishment. It is about choosing to love yourself enough to protect your future, your energy, your confidence, and your life.